I thought we would have our discussion on Orgasmic Magic today, our part 2 of our discussion. And before we start, I just wanted to share with you that I had already lit a patchouli incense and cleared our space. And I suggest that anytime you do magic, even speak of magic, if you want to talk to the goddess, pray to the goddess, I suggest, you clear your space, cleanse your space. It could be your home, it could be your office at work, it could be your vehicle, just anywhere that you spend a lot of time, and anywhere that you may work magic, or you may, communicate with the goddess, and you can just cleanse yourself. It never hurts to be safe, and there's energy in everything, and there's a lot of negative energy out there, and people come and go, items come and go. So at some point during that day, I'm sure some energy from someone or from something is going to rub off on you, or it's going to attach itself to something, in your space. And sometimes energy just lingers, it can be your personal negative energy can just linger around you, and if you don't be careful, it can attach to you, and we don't want that. So I went ahead and I cleansed our space with this patchouli incense, nothing fancy. You just, your intentions, you speak them. You can even just think them. You can write them out, but your intentions, and my intentions was to cleanse our space and our items that we're using, of negative energy. So, moving along, I brought a few stones. I just really love stones, and I love working with stones. And stones have great energies. Different stones have different energies. So I always suggest, if you have them, include them in your spell work, or bring them along when you're just discussing magic or any aspect of your life. Added energy that's a positive energy, and that is tied in with what you're doing or what you're feeling or what you're in need of, that's also a great thing. And so I brought just a few stones, but first off, I brought a piece of sodalite, and I brought it simply because it's a great harmony stone, and it's a great stone to use when you are doing something, and communication is a major part of it. And I figured, with what we're talking about, orgasmic magic, harmony, because you may have a partner and you may not, and if you don't have a partner, you still want that energy of harmony, because you want to be in harmony with yourself, your mind, your heart, your body, everything has to be in harmony. And the communication, that could be yourself and the goddess, or that could be yourself and your partner, but I just think this is a good stone to include. And this is a piece of agate, and for one, I like this stone. It's just got an energy about it that I'm drawn to, and it's actually a pretty stone. But that's not why I brought it today. I brought it today is because it's a great stone to use during meditation. And like I said, I strongly believe in meditating before you do any type of spell work, and communicate with the goddess, and with what we're talking about today, I think this is a good stone because of it being such a great, stone of meditation. And it's a support stone, it's a calming stone, it's a stone that will keep you centered. And with this type of magic, this is a very strong, form of magic, and it's a very strong type of energy. And believe me, it can get away from you very quickly. And I think, this would be perfect because this helps you stay centered. And it's a support stone and it's a calming stone. But lastly, I brought, it's a rough piece, but does not matter. It's a moonstone, another favorite of mine. I honestly think they're all my favorite, but another favorite of mine. One of my first types of stones that I ever worked with. And I just kind of have a special place in my heart for moonstone. But I chose this because it has such a strong female type of energy attached to it. And it has a strong goddess type energy to it. And I'm a woman, so it's the perfect stone for me to include, but it may not be the perfect stone for you. So like I said, you don't have to use the same stones that I choose. You don't even have to use stones. I think in general for this type of magic, there's two main stones that I would suggest using for anyone, male or female. And one, of course, is rose quartz, which I'm sure you knew that. And the other one is clear quartz. And it amplifies any stone that you put clear quartz with. It will amplify those properties of that other stone. But also, clear quartz is a very, very good stone of clarity. It will clear your mind and it will help you see what you need to see, and will help you understand what to do, what you need to do, how to do it. It's just a very good stone for clarity. But I always include stones. I love stones. And the added benefits of the energy that they each contain, it just adds to the magic. And but like I've said before, you can do magic with no tool, no stone, just you right by yourself, because everything you need is within you. But if you choose to use a stone or a tool or some type of ingredient, it only just adds that much more, power to your magic. So moving on, I think something that's important when doing orgasmic magic is setting the mood. Just as if you're doing a spell, if you're working alone, you'll just have your intention to worry about manifesting. But if you have a partner, it's a little different, you'll have two intentions, and then you'll have to decide whether you're going to try to set your intentions together at the same time, or if you're going to, set one intention and then set the other intention. But it depends on the individual, and like I said, everyone's different, everyone works different, and what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. But and I say, whenever you're setting the mood, there's no special tool that you have to have, or orgasmic magic is just that. It's a pure raw form of magic, and it's a magic within you, which our magic is, but this one is really within you. And it's kind of tricky, because I know we're adults, but I do want to speak about this in a I guess, a professional manner, but it's a very intimate form of magic, and but it's a necessary magic. It's a magic that it's a special magic. It's not like the magic and the way you manifest your intentions on a day-to-day basis. It's not something, you do all the time. I guess it's almost like a holiday, it comes around every now and again, but when it comes around, it's really great and it's really special and it really means something. And I think that's exactly what orgasmic magic is. It's a special magic, and whether you're doing it, by yourself or with a partner, it doesn't matter. And, I suggest trying it both ways, but if you've never done it before, I would highly suggest, doing it by yourself to begin with. And, it's all up to you. I like to, light some candles, maybe some red candles, some pink candles. But like I said, if you don't have that, use what you have. White candles will work just fine. If you want to include some herbs, sprinkle in your candle as it's burning. If you want to, put them in something and actually burn the herbs, where you can smell them. If you just want to hold them, if you want to put them in a bowl with your stones, however you want to do it. But I think, some of the herbs that work well with this is catnip. I don't know if many people know this, but catnip is a great herb to use when doing love spells or anything of desire, sexual nature, anything like that. Rose petals, that's another good one. Also, something as simple as dandelions, they are, they're really good at helping you have insight and helping you to, see with your third eye and, use your psychic abilities. Dandelions are actually more of a magical type of flower than a weed like we think. And then again, you don't have to have any herbs, But I think it's important to remember that, when manifesting with orgasmic magic, there's no reason to hurry it, And you need to consider this before you even begin. If you can't do it at that time and do it, take your time doing it, there's no sense in even attempting to do it then, because this isn't something you do in just a few minutes and it's done. This is something that's going to actually take some time if you want it to work correctly. The build-up is just as important as the climax. The build-up is actually what strengthens your energy, and it also strengthens, the whole process of manifesting your intention. But like I always tell you, the most important thing is to believe in order to receive. And that's what you do first off, is you believe that you can achieve, this intention that you're trying to manifest. You believe it and you will achieve it. And like I said, the leading up to the climax, when you peak, that is when your intention is being manifested. But like I said, you can't be in a hurry, because the build-up is equally important, because the build-up is what's strengthening the whole shebang, you know. And if you want to get the results you are trying to get, and you just got to remember that you can't hurry it. And in fact, I suggest this, and I spoke with a friend, and this is my friend's method of orgasmic magic as well, and that is, you know, you don't hurry it, and, you know, you're doing your magic, and just as you think, or just as you feel, just as you know you are going to peak, you stop. And when you stop, you know, you cool down, you calm down, and at that point, you know, you're thinking of your intention, you're thinking of how you want to manifest it, why you want to manifest it, why it's important to you. If you need to, you know, connect with the goddess, you do that, and, you know, you cool down, and then you start working your magic again, and just as you're about to peak, you stop again. And I know it seems like it's almost a tease, but I'm telling you, the build up to it, and then, you know, as you get ready to peak and then you stop, you're letting your energy build up and build up and build up and build up until you're so full of energy, you know, after you begin and you stop right before you peak, and then you begin and you stop right before you peak. After you do that several times, you know, your energy's rising, 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 and you are to the point where you are about to explode, you know. But the reason you feel like that is because your energy is peaking as well, and that's the moment that you want to set your intention in order for it to manifest. And that's when the actual magic, the energy is at its very strongest, is right before you peak, and then as you're peaking. But, you know, why just, you know, do your magic and peak and climax and be done when you could stop and start and stop and start a few times and build your energy and just keep building up until it gets stronger and stronger. You know, if you're doing this type of magic to begin with, you're trying to manifest a very, very important intention. It has to be something that's very important to you. So if you're trying to do that, why not, you know, build your energy up, build your energy up, build your energy up until you get to the point where you know you're going to have guaranteed results when you manifest your intention. And I know it's probably going to be frustrating to get to that point and stop and get to that point and stop, but you've got to remember you're not doing this for physical pleasure. You're doing this as a form of magic, and there's going to be time, you know, later on to do it for enjoyment, you know. But if it's done the right way, it can be enjoyed as magic as well. And I think that in doing it, you know, and you finally get to where you need to be to peak, and then, you know, you've gathered your energy up and you've built your energy up, and, you know, at that moment you have set your intention. That's what you've been doing the whole time, as you thinking and as you stopping and your energy's building, and then right as you peak and you climax, that's when your intention is going to manifest. And then when you get to that point, you know, if you have worked alone, you know, you can take that time to just, you know, sit in your afterglow, you know, like just take it all in and, you know, think about what you have just done and what it's going to accomplish. And I always take a few minutes to have gratitude and give gratitude and love to the goddess, because without her, none of this would be possible, and we wouldn't be able to set our intentions and manifest our intentions. You know, the goddess is in everything around us, everything we do. She's even within us. So always give gratitude. And I even suggest maybe lighting an incense, you know, a candle, if you have a flower, anything to leave her as an offering, because you just manifested your intention with some of the strongest and most powerful magic there is, and that's because the goddess allowed you. And like I said, there's just so much more to this, and I think we need a part 3, and maybe we'll wrap it up then. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope there was something said that resonated with someone, and I will see you soon. Bye.